Danielle Steel Family Ties. They took a cab to St. Patrick's, where they went to midnight mass every year. Only Annie took communication, and as she did every year, they watched her light candles for Will and Jane. She knelt at one of the smaller altars after she did it, bowed her head and prayed, and there tears running down her cheeks when she stood up. It always brought tears to Katie's eyes to watch her. She had never asked, but she knew who the candles were for. Her parents weren't forgotten, and Annie had been wonderful to their children ever since they had been gone. Ted gave Annie a hug as she slipped back into the pew, and Katie gently held her hand. Liz was looking strikingly chic as usual in a huge white fox hat and an elephant black coat with tall black leather boots. She reminded Annie so much of Jane at the same age. She was more stylish than her mother had been, but her face was almost the same. It made Annie's heart ache sometimes to see it. She still missed her. They sang Silent Night at the end of the Mass, and afterward they walked out onto Fifth Avenue and took a cab home. Annie made them hot chocolate with marshmallows, and then finally everyone went to bed. And after they did, Annie filled their stockings with little thoughtful presents and wrote them funny notes from Santa, reminding each of them to clean their rooms and wash behind their ears. And on Katie's Santa letter, she added a note that she would find coal in her stocking next year if she got any more tattoos. And then Annie went to sleep in the peaceful apartment, grateful that all the people she loved most in the world were home and sound asleep in their rooms. It was her favorite night of the year. It didn't get better than this. Chapter 7. On Christmas morning, Annie got up early to put the turkey in the oven, and she called her friend Whitney as she had for so many years. They wished each other a Merry Christmas, chatted for a few minutes, and Whitney reminded her again to come on New Year's Eve. But Annie still insisted that she didn't want to go to New Jersey if one of the kids would be home alone. She never minded staying home on New Year's Eve. It had never been a night that meant much to her, and she hated to be around people getting drunk, with no one to kiss at midnight, which made her feel more alone than staying home. I will see, Annie promised Whitney. I have to see what the kids are up to. Lizzie is going to Paris tomorrow, but the other two will be here. And as far as I know, neither of them has any plans.